The record started with a series of jams after a couple of those at night, and given that I don't play cards, I don't like cards.
Just not good at it.
Anything crafty or anything like that.
Good at cards.
We decided to go and make a noise. I'm a would-be drummer, Sharon's a would-be bass player, but that was about as close as we'd got previously. So when we started playing, there was an element of struggle, but there was also, we locked onto this pretty good groove straight away. Simple as you like. 3 notes, max, right? Maybe only 2.
No.
4. Notes were overrated, we felt, and so were fills, so I just tried to keep the feel going, and I taped the whole thing on my 16-track Ampex tape recorder. Tell me what you want. It had the potential to creep out our kids, and we knew we were on a winner there too. Even jokingly referring to ourselves as sexual beings is going to creep our kids out, so we take that as a huge endorsement. We always have since they were little. It's part of the parents' responsibility.
To creep your kids out.
Yeah.
I need to break it down. Illuminate, stretch it out. So turn on the switch.
We knew that the groove was really solid. Sharon, donk, 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 da donk. It was a classic Sharon Finn bass line. And we...
One note.
Who needs more?
It's really bad.
You are the one who disappears.
I was inspired by tales of that guy they found in the Alps who'd been frozen for 20,000 years, 50,000 years. I can't remember. The ancient man, frozen in sweet repose under mountains of fallen snow. And it occurred to me it was like the primitive man being frozen inside each one of us.
That's deep, eh?
That's a bit of bullshit for you.
Do you still remember what it meant? Can't put it down until it ends.
Let's get hit the roof. It was one of the first songs we did too, and really again built on a very cool bass line that Sharon came up with in one of our first jams. Super funky, a little slide on there that I don't think any other bass player would do because it's not in the manual. That's...
I'm sure it's been done.
No, it's genius the way you got that wrong.
These are conditions in my head. These are conditions in my head. These are conditions.
From a friend to a friend. A very nice title for the two of us because we're actually better friends now. Well, we're not. We were always good friends, but we're better friends now than ever, I think, as a result of jamming together. Highly recommended for a couple when their kids move away from home. Just go and make a big noise, or perhaps make films together. And something where there is a certain amount of evenness. We're evenly placed on drums and bass. Neither of us have, the upper hand on the other person.
Stranger is coming. Is driving a Commodore.
From a friend to a friend started off with our kind of attempt to do something slightly disco, slightly krautrock, and then it was subverted by the addition of guitars into something which is a real hybrid, I think, and became quite psychedelic in its sprawling nature. And it's possibly one of the only songs, if not the only song ever, that to mention the great Australian Commodore car, which I spent many years travelling through Australia in on tour and have a soft spot for. That's a little bit of a paean, a ode to when your kids go and letting them go, how to look after them without being too obvious, how to stay in the background but pay attention.
The right way to breathe amongst the leaves, always to move and lighten the armor of youth people too.
I think there's a line in there that says, we end up making
A deal.
a deal to stay awake, which is the best we can think of, really, is you just pay attention and you make mistakes with your kids, but as long as you pay attention and stay awake with them, then you can't go too wrong, really. But it's one of my favourites, that one too.
Right way to be.
Daylight was one of the first songs we wrote too. In fact, we performed a version of it at a benefit concert down the road from our house for Chris Knox, a local luminary of the New Zealand music scene. We didn't have the chorus written at that point, we just had the rest of the song. And I played the drums, and it was a gloriously fun moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
It
was
was
the
really
first
good.
time I ever did bass on stage, I think.
Sharon had to be severely medicated for that show, but she really enjoyed it, and now we're reducing the dosages as the tour goes on. And pretty soon she won't need anything.
Things can grow. Never say die, just bring your eyes up close.
Go-kart.
It's a right little mover, that one. I think Sean dubbed the title when it was just a groove. Sharon seemed to need to sing it. And about thrashing a boy in a trolley, I keep thinking of my own days as a boy and coming down College Hill and then spilling off as we hit the corner, hitting a car and flying through the air. And then I landed on my knee and split my knee open. So I was imagining that scenario. I don't think it was a girl that beat me, but it could easily have been Sharon.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if it was a girl, it would have been me.
If your mind is up to it, if your heart can handle it, you can never go fast enough. You can never go fast
I
enough.
saw you flying past as I'm about to crash.
For those who don't know what a dead leg is,
They really hurt.
when we were at school, we used to do them with our knees. You'd go up unsuspectingly to somebody and knee them in the thigh, and it's so painful and such a shock that people usually fall to the ground straight away. Yeah, that's a dead leg. Really good fun. The reason it was T for two was because it made me remember what the groove of the song was. Dong, chick, dong, dong, chick, dong, dong, chick, dong, dong, chick. Which was your bass line. These are the banal beginnings of what becomes genius. Has again a really nice bass line that's most unusual in a way, and it allowed quite an unusual structure and chord development to happen. Sharon, in an unconscious way, is tapping into something which a lot of bass players have forgotten about.
If you get a chance today, holding on, pouring out.
That's a pretty strange little tune, that one. It's slightly out on its own on the record, but it's actually turned into a really fun one to play live. And Sean does a little bit of beatboxing, which we would
I
never
like
have
that.
guessed in a million years that we would have any of that. shit
I
on
love
our
that
show.
bit live.
Yeah. He's quite good at it. He's actually quite a good dancer too, the bastard. 'Cause I'm really uncoordinated and I wouldn't have seen him as a good dancer. Because he looks awkward in a very classic New Zealand way. But he's actually got quite good moves.
Boy, to have an accident.
It's incredibly delicious to be scared when you're young. You invent all sorts of monster games and take delight in exploring the sort of nooks and crannies of your darkest fears. And it never really stops as you get older, I think. Last but not least, on the record, Diamonds in Her Eyes was the last song we did for the record, wasn't it, really? Big swingy beat, which there is quite a lot of on the record. Shuffly, swingy thing. And I think We got the vocal idea almost instantaneously. Lyrically, it's a love song. It's a bit of homage to Sharon and the sparkling eyes she has. And people have said it many times. Sharon, you've got amazing eyes. The fact we're still enjoying each other's company and we're making good music together. We didn't see it coming. It came completely out of nowhere. It's a new lease of life.
I won't drop him now.